Coming up on This Week in Torrance, an organization dedicated to making sure nutritious meals are delivered to those who are homebound. We will tell you how they're impacting the community.
And Torrance High School bands come together to put on quite the performance.
Plus, thousands came out to break a sweat before feasting on Thanksgiving Day. We'll take you to this year's Turkey Trot.
Then the city kicks off the holiday season with a special tree lighting ceremony. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. A city tradition in its 8th year returned once again inside the City Council chambers.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Nearly 30 singers from the Torrance Civic Chorale brought their angelic voices to spread holiday joy and to promote their upcoming concert later this month. They sang classic songs and even had the audience sing along at one point. The chorale is made up of 100 singers and is a program of the Cultural Services Division of the Torrance Community Services Department. It's led by Dr. Benjamin Johns. During the meeting, council members accepted a donation of $5,000 by the Torrance Chorale Friends to support their annual concerts. The members say they look forward to celebrating its 60th anniversary in 2020. The chorale has a holiday show coming up called A Joyful Sound on December 13th and 14th at 8 p.m. at the James Armstrong Theater. Tickets are on sale now for $25. For more information, head to torrancecivichorale.org.
Also at the recent City Council meeting, a motion to approve a senior housing development was denied once again. City Council members provided direction to the developer and asked him to make changes to its project for reconsideration. The project is a 2-story mixed-use development made up of 53 senior residential condominium units and 1,500 square feet of commercial use. Council decided to bring back the hearing at a later date. The property is located on the east side of Prairie Avenue between Artesia and 176th Street. The development provides 1- and 2-bedroom options. Community members said they thought the site was too small to build this type of development. Other concerns shared related to traffic and parking issues. The developer scaled down the project after meeting with the Planning Commission in September, who ultimately denied the project.
Looking into the future and the city's financial stability, council members were asked to consider putting a half-cent tax increase measure on the next election ballot. City Manager Leroy Jackson and the city's finance director Eric Sow recommended the City Council adopt a resolution to submit for voter consideration of a local half-cent transactions and use sales tax ballot measure come March 3, 2020. Called the Torrance Financial Stability Public Safety Protection Measure, this proposal would institute a local half-cent tax to be spent exclusively for services benefiting Torrance residents. Since May, the city has gathered feedback from the community on their city's service needs and priorities through a campaign called Join the Conversation. Of the thousands who responded, the top priorities included public safety, the city's financial stability, and keeping parks and public areas safe and clean. Staff presented to council a number of reasons to support this motion, stating of the last 2 county sales tax increases passed, only 13 cents to the dollar was returned to Torrance. This half-cent tax increase, if passed by voters, would provide additional source of local funding and ensure local control of the revenue and guarantee the funds be spent in the city of Torrance. It could also generate approximately $20 million a year for the city. The motion was approved with a 5-1 vote, with Councilman Rizzo absent and Councilman Matucci voting against it. To hear more details of the sales tax ballot measure, you can catch the City Council meeting in its entirety online at torranceca.gov. You can also catch replays on our channel throughout the week.
Also at council this week, a longtime city employee was honored for his 29 years of service to the city of Torrance. A resolution was read in honor of Kenny Kelso, a recreation supervisor since 1996, who joined the city in 1983 as a part-time recreation leader for the youth sports section. He was not only a coach leading 5 youth football teams at one point, but was also responsible for a wide variety of recreation services programs, from youth and adult sports to after-school clubs to special events. Community Services Director John Jones proudly shared that he had the honor of hiring Kelso and said Kelso's heart always had the best interest of the city. He always had the willingness to serve and wished him well into this next chapter of his life.
The City of Torrance has played a role in both my professional career and personal life, and I would like to once again thank the City of Torrance for all of their support.
Congratulations on your retirement. Santa Claus is making stops across the South Bay before heading back to the North Pole. Through December 22nd, you may spot him in your neighborhood as he passes through for a meet and greet. The Torrance Police Officers Association brought the Santa float to the city in 1969, and it goes out for 22 days straight. It travels a new path every evening. Nearly 30,000 candy canes are purchased to pass out to families throughout the city. It is completely sponsored and paid for by the association and its members. Now, despite being remodeled and vandalized over the years, the most recent repairs have been installation of new seats, seat belts, brakes, and truck repairs. To support the association and check out Santa's schedule, head to torrancepoa.com.
Speaking of getting into the holiday spirit, there is one place in Torrance where it already feels like Christmas. Candy Cane Lane is now lit with the most spectacular display of Christmas lights. Also known as Sleepy Hollow, seaside residents elaborately decorate their homes every year. Starting at Roberts Road off Pacific Coast Highway, the lights are on display from 6 to 10 p.m. every night through New Year's Day. The annual tradition is not a city event, but due to the large crowds growing every year, city staff have implemented new health and safety measures approved by the City Council. There will be an additional 20 trash bins to look out for to properly throw away your trash. There will be temporary no stopping signs along the streets. Visitors are not allowed to stop or park where these signs are posted. It is also recommended to park your car in proper spots and walk the route.
If you're shopping for a fresh cut tree for the holidays, there's one place here in Torrance you'll want to check out. Now, despite Christmas tree shortages reported across the United States, local tree lots in Torrance are selling trees quickly. The YMCA's Men's Club is hosting its annual Christmas tree lot that opened this week on the corner of Del Amo Boulevard and Madrona Avenue. They have fresh-cut noble firs and cultured Douglas firs available.
Trees look pretty good this year. They went up a little bit. We didn't go up very much. I guess some tree farms went up quite a bit, but we try to make it fair. But all our money goes out. I mean, my pay is nothing. Nobody here gets paid. We give a lot to the Y. We give 8 $500 scholarships to the area schools. We even give some money to the Sioux YMCA in South Dakota because they're trying to build a Y. So all our money goes out.
Mr. Zeiler says when purchasing a tree, look for a green one with strong needles. The Y has annually received their trees from Oregon. The lot is supported by volunteers from the Torrance Y's Men's Club, Y's Women's Club, Las Hermanas, and YMCA staff. Proceeds from sales will be donated to the organizations. Delivery, flocking, and flame retarding will also be available. Tree lot hours are Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then Sundays from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Officials say Christmas trees take 6 to 12 years to mature. Well, still ahead, the Torrance Marriott got into the holiday spirit with a tree lighting ceremony.
Plus, despite the rain and chilly weather, more than 2,000 people participated in the city's annual turkey trot.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Did that go okay? You have to provide an outlet for their creative expression. So good. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey. I'm ready for the...
Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
A local business kicked off the holiday season with its annual tradition. Students from Riviera Elementary School's choir sang classic holiday songs at Torrance Marriott Redondo Beach's 17th annual tree lighting ceremony. The free community event brought out residents of the South Bay, Mayor Patrick Fury, along with several council members. Riviera Elementary School Principal Christy Forche helped kick off the season by pressing the button that lit up the Christmas tree for the first time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Officials from Marriott say putting on the event is definitely part of the culture of the company and is one way of taking care of the community.
It's really just a celebration of the community and the partnership that Marriott has had in the Torrance community.
Every year we get out our sweaters, we get out our ties, we get our socks and everything that's the seasonal thing. But this is the thing in the city of Torrance that gets us all in the mood for the holidays.
And with the season of giving, the event also accepted unwrapped new toys for the Pediatric Therapy Network, an organization that provides the community with the high-quality therapy, research, and education for children with special needs. Officials say the toys will bring smiles to children at their upcoming celebration, Frosty Fiesta.
We'll have about 200 kids. Our clinic is in Torrance. These are kids that are in our early Head Start program, or kids that come to the clinic that are a little bit disadvantaged and just need a little bit of a holiday boost. So it's for them and their siblings, and they go into kind of this winter wonderland room just full of toys, and they get to select 2 or 3 toys each.
You can stop by the Marriott to see the tree while it's up for the holidays.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, especially at one local hospital. This 30,000 square foot white tent is bringing the magic of the holiday season to the South Bay. Torrance Memorial Medical Center's 36th annual holiday festival and winter wonderland took place recently. They had 36 themed and decorated Christmas trees, a holiday shopping boutique, and food with live music. Few of the highlights of the trees included the Lion King featuring ornaments custom designed for this event, Moose on the Loose featuring an extra large stuffed moose hugging a tree, and a very Pink Panther Christmas. Thanks to Santa's 60 helpers, more than 3,000 hours of work throughout the year brought this to life.
Well, I think the Christmas trees really separate Holiday Festival from any other event that goes on. Each tree is uniquely designed. We have 32 individual designers and decorators who put on these beautiful trees, and I think they really are the centerpiece of the event.
Some additional events that took place include a fashion show, a visit from the Torrance Police and Fire Departments to collect unwrapped new toys for their Toys for Tots drive, as well as lunch with Santa. The funds raised will benefit the Donald and Priscilla Hunt Cancer Institute.
Local students from all 4 high schools in Torrance showcased their talents to the public. Bleacher seats at the North High School Stadium were filled at the 4th Annual Torrance Unified District Band Showcase. All 4 TUSD high school marching bands and color guards performed their fall competition field shows for free. It was more about camaraderie than competition, as each band had their chance to shine. The idea for the show came about after band directors from the schools decided this type of event would be a good way to showcase the great programs they offer and allow the students from various bands to also see each other. North High Instrumental Music Boosters members say it's a chance to show the community the talented musicians and color guard performers in the district.
Our kids put in a lot of work. We start working on these field shows in the summertime, in July, sometimes even earlier in June. Start working on music, looking at music, rehearsing. And we put in hour after hour after school practice, some schools before school, and it's just a lot of work, and a lot of that goes a little bit unseen.
This event took place at the end of the marching season.
Despite a chilly and wet Thanksgiving, it didn't stop runners from participating in the city's annual holiday tradition. The 40th annual Turkey Trot Harry Setter Memorial Fun Run brought out more than 2,000 to the Sam's Club in Torrance, where the 3-mile run started. The wet weather didn't affect the holiday spirit for those attending, as some dressed up for the occasion. Race director Forrest Hunt has been coordinating the event for the past 40 years.
It's in memory of Harry Sutter, who had the idea of having the run and passed away at 39 years old before he had a chance to see the run put in place.
I'm semi-local. I live in Palos Verdes, and I also coach at Marriott, California University, and one of my athletes was running, so I came down to run with her. It's a nice Thanksgiving morning tradition.
There were prize drawings following the race, and the event also gave back to the local community by hosting a special Thanksgiving food drive. The money from the run goes towards the city's recreation programs.
A series of town hall meetings continued this week as parents and students gathered at North High School to hear from professional surfer Alex Gray about his family's loss to addiction. This event is part of a series of town halls to help raise awareness of the dangers of vaping, especially among young adults and teens. A panel included a medical and mental health professional, a school resource officer, a current North High student, and the North High dean. The event was moderated by Behavioral Health Services Prevention Coordinator Jen Harris, and attendees were able to ask questions during the panel discussion. Gray spoke about how his brother lost his life to heroin addiction 17 years ago. Gray now works to help combat the rapidly growing vape use by sharing his story with students and parents in the South Bay. If you missed this event, there are still 2 more town halls hosted in the new year. You can go to TUSD.org for more information. Next week, Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Colleen Farrell will have the full story from this event. As you get your house ready for the holidays, officials say it's important to do so in a safe way. Torrance fire officials say nearly half of holiday decoration fires happen because they're placed too close to a heat source. You can take simple steps to avoid home fires. Make sure to inspect holiday lights each year before putting them up. Throw away light strands with frayed or pinched wires. Water your Christmas tree every day. A dry tree is dangerous because it can catch on fire easily. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles, and if you do decide to light a candle, make sure they are in stable holders and place them where they can't be knocked down easily. Also, turn off all lights and electrical decorations before leaving your home, office, or going to bed.
A new 38,000 square foot cancer center is set to open on December 16th at Torrance Memorial Medical Center. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Jocelyn Ortega gave us a look at what the state-of-the-art facility will offer to patients.
Torrance Memorial Medical Center held a private open house for a preview of the Donald and Priscilla Hunt Cancer Center. This 38,000 square foot facility located on Sky Park Drive is a collaboration between hospital staff and its donors. After 16 months in the making, the staff says they can't wait to share it with the community.
We think the patients are going to be very happy and appreciative of the new space. So we are really looking forward for them having their first visits here and feeling the difference.
One of the first things you notice when walking in is the artwork decorating the walls the staff says was carefully designed to fit the positive atmosphere of the facility. The new space also features other elements such as a new state-of-the-art mixing room for treatment formulas, a waiting area, nurse stations, and a personal entertainment system with music, games, and television for patients receiving treatment. This is one of the 32 infusion bays that are designed with comfort and relaxation to help ease the stress of cancer patients during their recovery process. Dr. Syed Jalani is a medical oncologist at the Cancer Center and says his family's history with cancer is what motivated him to get into the medical field. He says it's important to create a welcoming and comfortable environment for patients.
The diagnosis of cancer brings fear with it. We need to fight fear with comfort. We need to fight fear with giving them a positive outlook. And also we need to fight that diagnosis with the best available treatment.
With Torrance Memorial's partnership with Cedars-Sinai, it offers a collaboration of specialists who treat more than 60 types of cancer. The new center is focused on giving the best experience to cancer patients across the South Bay from the moment they walk in to the moment they walk out.
Cancer patients need help, need expertise, but also need compassion so we can take care of them as a human being to a human being.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Jocelyn Ortega.
Thanks, Jocelyn. Patients will also be able to participate in a wide variety of clinical trials to test new medications and therapies.
And let's check in with Leslie Robbins on what's new and exciting in local sports.
Hey, Leslie, what do you have for us?
What's up, Jin and Ben? Hope you and your crew had a lovely Thanksgiving. And coming up on the sports desk, North and South conquer the football finals. We will take you there. I am stand-up paddleboarding, courtesy of Olympus Board Shop. Plus, North High girls basketball is bringing the heat to start the season. All of that plus so much more. Be sure to watch every day at 4 and 9:30. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Leslie. Well, for many Americans, Thanksgiving is celebrated traditionally with family and friends sharing a big meal. But for many, it can also be a lonely time. As reporter Colleen Farrell reports, a group of volunteers work hard to make sure those who are homebound have a reason to feel grateful during the holidays and all year round.
Meals on Wheels.
Torrance resident Nancy Ashley is one of nearly 24 South Bay residents who received a special delivery the day before Thanksgiving. It's all thanks to volunteers like Tony Van Buskirk and Karam Abdullah.
It's very rewarding for us because we feel like we're touching people's lives. A lot of people don't have family this time of year, and we're their only contact for the week maybe.
Van Buskirk and Abdullah are among a team of more than 200 Torrance Lamita Meals on Wheels volunteers who deliver 2 daily low-cost meals to the homebound. They provide more than 50,000 meals a year to seniors, the disabled, recently hospitalized, and chronically ill members of the community who are unable to prepare their own meal.
They get the meals. The meals are sustenance. They're nutritionally sound, prepared by a dietitian, and we all know that if they eat well and take care of themselves, they don't revisit the hospital.
St. Vincent's prepared 25 Thanksgiving meals for volunteers to deliver to local seniors. They include all the traditional Thanksgiving fare, including roast turkey, mashed potatoes, and gravy.
And there's special dietary needs. People are maybe have a renal diet, they might have a soft diet, they might have no turkey, and then also just the packing of it, because everybody's not receiving a meal, so we have to be careful that we prepare the bags for each of the clients who want one and make sure that when the volunteers get out there and they're driving around, they're not missing something, because then it's, a little bit of chaos out there.
You have any plans for Thanksgiving?
But staying true to the organization's mantra, the service exists to provide more than just a meal.
It's satisfying because we know, in effect, we're checking on them, making sure they're doing okay.
They do it out of the kindness of their heart. They use their own cars, they use their own gas, their own time. They're out in the rain today. Yeah, they love it.
Friendly people, the food is decent, it's really good.
And that's good reason to give thanks.
You have a nice weekend and be careful of this rain.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Colleen Farrell.
Thanks, Colleen. If you are interested in becoming a Meals on Wheels volunteer, the commitment is just as little as 1.5 hours per week. For more information, visit tlmow.org or call 310-542-3434. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.